So today I felt like making something not caffeinated for once. I'm typically a Earl Grey in the morning type of girl, but I've been having some anxiety lately. So today we're gonna have a dandelion root tea, which can also be substituted for coffee, or so they say. So I've had this tea before, but it's been a few years, and actually the dandelion root that I'm using is dandelion root that I harvested myself back in 2022 and dried myself in the oven. So it should last a while. I was hoping, at least, but I noticed as I was making it that it seemed a little pale, and I remembered it being a little bit darker when I first made it, even though it's been a while. So I figured with a little waiting, it would eventually darken up a bit and become the tea I remembered. So I gave it some time, let it sit for a while, maybe let it steep for 5 to 6 minutes. After waiting a bit longer than I initially had planned, it still wasn't quite what I remembered, so I made the fatal mistake of adding a good amount more. I began to think that perhaps the strainer was hindering this tea in some way and that maybe the roots weren't getting saturated enough, so I scooped them out and let them flow freely, thinking that would make a difference. And boy, did it. After waiting a bit longer, I decided it was good enough and I was ready to try it. I tried a sip of it without anything in it just to see what I thought about those flavors, and it was not my cup of tea, you could say. Now, this doesn't come as a surprise, considering I usually add oat milk and honey or some sort of sweetener to my teas and coffees anyway, so I went ahead and did that, hoping that that would help. So as you can tell from my reaction, I was not loving it. I decided to sit on it for a moment, think about it. Was it the aftertaste? Was it the actual flavor itself when it was in my mouth? So I, of course, tried again. I kept trying and trying, and I realized that I actually didn't mind the flavor itself, but it really did have a bitter aftertaste. So as long as I kept taking drinks, now, did I oversteep it? Yes, probably. Maybe it's not supposed to be as dark as I remember, and maybe that ratio is completely wrong. I mean, by the looks of it, it looks a little heavy-handed there with the root. So, yeah, perhaps this would be better with different ratios. I'm gonna keep trying. What shall we do with this? What shall we do? God, I hate to waste it. Fuck. Maybe it's better iced. we'll find out. God, it's not horrible. It's just the aftertaste. The aftertaste is just vicious. God, like when you have a first sip, like, I mean, the sip is fine. When it's in your mouth with honey and milk, it's not too bad. Yeah. I could see how people might find it similar. I might enjoy it. It's not for me. It's not for me. The aftertaste is stronger than, I feel like the aftertaste with coffee is actually good, whereas I feel like the aftertaste with this, I can't even explain it. It's earthy, but I don't dislike earthy normally. It's just bitter. It's bitter, a little bit of a punch. It's got a bit of a punch to it. So I guess make this if you want. But I usually mix it with other herbs and then it's not too bad at all. But just having it straight up on its own like this, it's been a while. I forgot what it's like. In the past, I've made this, I think I've only made this one or two other times in the last like years. So, and if I remember right, I think I thought back then that this would be good as a chai. And I think I still stand with that. It seems like this type of flavor might go well with cardamom and star anise. I don't know if I ever say that right, but I don't know, something strong to kind of help meld those flavors together. I think that might complement it well. Whereas on its own, it's just, I don't know, not so good. Not so good in my opinion. And that's with honey and milk, so yep. Oh well, we tried. Maybe I'll just stick with like a ginger hibiscus moment. A little bit of raspberry leaf. That's been my recent go-to. So, yeah, at least I tried it. All right, first sip out of the fridge. Let's see if it's better when it's iced. Nope, not better. Actually, maybe worse. All right, try it again. Oof. Yep. Got a punch to it for real. It's sharp. It is sharp. It's a shame. It's a real shame. I do think that potentially this could be a lot better had the ratios been correct. Maybe had I done just a pinch of the roots, or maybe a couple of pinches instead of a good handful. But it happens. It happens. That's how you learn. Live and learn. Yep, I just keep trying it. Oh well. Only one thing left to do with this. I realized that I didn't really necessarily sell you on this, and I guess that's not really the point. The point is that it's important to try things that you're not necessarily, comfortable with. Try something new, Give it a go. What's the harm? Maybe I'll make a video of how I foraged these dandelion roots and roasted them and washed them and all of that, just so that you can try this at home if you're interested. Maybe if you like bitter drinks, you'll enjoy this. Perhaps. Well, let me know if you decide to try it. I suppose I would love to know if any of you out there in the world know if there's a better way to prepare this. Feel free to let me know. Share that knowledge, please, because this was not the best, and I think it could be improved upon. Anyways, I hope you have a great spring. To those of you in the northern hemisphere, get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather. Toodles.